Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Robert Orfino, Texas Real Estate Mastermind. All right, you got a big announcement.
We got a couple. First, interest rates are mid-sixes.
Let me go to MBS News. Wow, so it's like somebody predicted that. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, crazy.
Let's see here. I still have an email from a certain investor who sent me a really terse email about interest rates, and I am going to find that email on December 31st. I'm going to screenshot the last quarter and send it over to him. Hey, man, now what? But all right, let's see here. Mortgage rates, today's mortgage rate. Yeah, we're at 6.64. Yeah. We had an all-time high. 30-year FHA is 6.1.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Okay. Oh, the 30-year VA 6.11, 5.1 ARM 6.17. I love all the interest-only IO 5.1s we're doing right now. I'm like, yeah, keep those coming. Keep those coming.
So for investors, we're thinking what? Well, we're already at 7 1/8. She's got a loan closing, right? So we'll be in the sixes in 2024.
When I was getting, we're refinancing 5 or 6 right now. When I was originally getting quotes, they were quoting me 9.5, but that was just the rate they threw on the term sheet for the DSCR. And I'm getting text messages from our lender, and it's like, dude, rates are coming down every day. I'm like, I know you can't be at 9.5 when the base rate's at 6.64. They should be at 7.5, 7.25, something like that. So they are falling fast.
So, understandably, 2023 was a tough year for real estate investors. But I'm looking back. I'm working on an email, and we closed Keith down in Corpus Christi. Bought a house for $100,000. Put 80 in
for 180.
And for 180, it appraised at 210.
Okay, so he's got $30,000 in equity.
About 15%.
Yeah, 15% equity, and then how much cash flow do you think he's getting?
Well, hold on. That was the start. That was just a hard money loan.
Oh, I was moving ahead here.
So what we learned a few things, and we did our things, and we submitted a change order and took some things off, but no more extra on construction. But the new appraisal came in for $240,000.
What?
Came in for $240,000.
So he's probably all in for soft costs and 200, 2 and some change, and now he's got 20% equity.
Yeah, he's
$40,000 in equity.
He's in for $23,000. Yeah.
So he put $23,000 in. He has $40,000 equity.
Yeah.
That's
200%.
That's a 200% return.
Yeah.
Those playing at home.
And he's cash flowing $500 a month now.
$500 a month
a year plus depreciation.
Right. Yes.
$10,000.
60. He's at a 200% rate of return just on the equity.
Yep.
So I guess we made a believer out of him, huh?
Well, that was the thing, right? So there are a lot of people who are like, I don't know. We're like, we understand it. Even today, I'm like, buy this property. Well, it's this, it's that. I'm like, okay. I
have one right now that is an infinite rate of return in 2 years.
Right. So when he went into it, he had to bring a little bit more money than he wanted to. But on the exit, he's happy. He's doing a little happy dance, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, hey, go find me another one of those.
I need 6 more of these.
Yeah, give me 4 more.
So here's what frustrates me. Man, great. Totally do it. But I don't want to get any pushback. Now, if you simply say, hey, not a fan of the property, kind of looking for this, that's fine. But if it's like, well, I don't know about the numbers. And I'm like, you know what? If you don't believe me now,
right?
How many more of these do I have to do for you to believe me, right? Like, we're looking for the folks that can see and believe at the same time, right? So, that is interesting.
And that was one of many good deals. We did some sub-2s. We did some financing. It was a very good year for those that took action.
Yeah. And those that are still waiting. And there's some folks in the mastermind signed up in the last 4 or 5 months that we keep presenting deals. We're like, hey, do this one, do this one, do this one. And then they look around. They're like, oh, everybody else has got that. Wait, how much did this guy make? I'm like, yeah, you saw that deal too.
Right.
That's what I think so much fun about the mastermind. Because when we get together for our quarterly events, we're like, yeah, so this deal somebody did in here. And why don't you come up here and tell us about it? Oh, it started out like this and this how it ended. Like, okay.
So we think in 2024, we'll have a lot more of those deals with lower interest rates.
Yes.
So we want folks who sat out from 2023, and there were a bunch of you who I'm going to take it on the sidelines and there's this in the news, and this was in the Wall Street Journal, and this was in the New York Times, and this was local. We get it. Yeah, we went through trials and tribulations ourselves, and we're still shaking this whole thing out. But we know with interest rates now, investor interest rates in the sixes, game on.
Yeah.
Like just game on, right? And so if you're going to wait a whole nother year just to make sure that it's, it's actually happening, it'll be too late. So our advice to you is get started now. If you're going to wait to see how 2024 works, I promise you, you're going to be too late. It's just going to be one of those things, and I've seen it many, many times before, where it's like, well, I don't know. Is COVID really over? I think I'm going to wait a little bit. Prices went up 20%. It's like, oh, I should have bought. Yes, you should have bought. So for those of you that want to take action, we have a really big announcement. If you're interested in joining the Mastermind, if you've ever had an inkling of joining the Texas Real Estate Mastermind for a very short time, right? And this is the only time we'll make this offer. We're going to give you 50% off the Mastermind. So it's a big ticket. It is. But we want you to get started. We don't want there to be any hesitation. We want you to jump in now and get going for 2024. We already have a few deals on the board that are coming in. And for you, it'll be 50% off. So 50% off for the lifetime cost of the Mastermind for a very, very short time. We're going to be doing an event here in our building on the 29th and 30th of December. We'd love to see you here. There's going to be links below, or you could just go to our website, mrtxre.com. MR is in Mr. TX is in Texas. RE is in real estate.com. Go there. You'll see the event. You'll see the Mastermind sign-up sheet. Let's get going. 50% off if you want to start 2024 right. And again, it's going to be just for very, very short time. This will not be offered. Again, this is a one-time thing for here in Houston, 50% off. So love to see you here. Come on out on the 29th and the 30th.
So is Rosanna calling back some of those folks that passed in the
I think
in the
we
past
will, yeah.
and go, hey man, 50% off. Either you're getting in now or not.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely get the email for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Massive discount. And I think one of the good things that happened, there were many good things that happened in 2023, is we started making a lot of inroads with asset managers.
Yes.
Asset managers and other commercial lenders and even private lenders. We have gotten a lot of opportunities and a lot of looks well before they hit the street on some of these deals. And we expect that to continue in 2024, right? So the more relationships that we build, the more benefit you'll see as a member of the Mastermind.
Yeah, I'm getting hit with stuff all the time.
All the time.
All the time. And this is what I get. Jason, you're the first one that's looking at this. How many are you interested in? I've got a broker now that's sending me distressed multifamily. So he sent me a couple and he's like, hey, are you interested? I'm like, kinda, a little concerned about multifamily marketplace and financing. And he said, we're one of the largest brokerages that have been selling specifically foreclosed multifamily since 2000. I was like, okay, now you got my attention.
Right. So just give me your banker and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Right?
And now I know I'm dealing with adults. He was like, we haven't sold the most, but we're top 10. Right. And so I said, all right, keep sending me stuff. I said, I'll let you know when we're ready to bite. I said, we're about to raise some money for 2 projects right now, but I said, we are absolutely interested. Yep. So I'm now on that guy's radar. I don't even know how he got my email, but I mean, maybe he listens to the show. He's like, that's a world-class show. Maybe they need some more multifamily. So in any case, that's where we're at with that. And it's going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah. We are shocking how high these appraisals are coming back in.
Yes.
Really, really shocking. And so we're going around, we're negotiating. There's going to be some prepayment penalties, but we're negotiating that stuff. It's all negotiable, guys. Right. So we can park you in a great, great deal that really makes you start building that generational wealth that we've been talking about for.
Well, let's take
5 years now, right?
Let's take Keith's deal, for example. That's a 200% return with a hard money loan.
Yeah.
He's going to have some prepayment penalties if he sells inside of 5 years or refis. Oh, 3 years. So it's 3. So, and we're only talking 3 points if he refis in the next year.
Right.
But he's got 40 grand in equity.
He's at 7 1/8.
So if he refis in the next year, what is that property worth? It ain't worth 240. Probably at least another 10%.
Yeah, 260. Yep.
So now he's got $60,000 in rehab. Do you care if you pay, or $60,000 in equity? Do you care if you pay 2 or 3 points to refinance
Nobody
it? Who cares?
No, not at all.
Well, Jason, you don't understand. And I hear that nonsense, and I'm like, whatever, dude. Just you guys get focused. Yeah, you're not supposed to accuse the audience, but I'm going to.
Accusing the audience.
You guys all get, if there's 2 big mistakes I see folks that are in real estate that listen to this show and all that stuff, 2 big mistakes I see. One is you're smarter than you think you are, and you're not. The smartest people in this business buy real estate and hold on to it and go buy another piece and another piece and another piece. What happens is you get all the smart folks in the room and they're like, let's do a sub-2 wrap owner finance land deed trust. And you're like, dude, it's not that hard. Buy the damn house, buy the next one, buy the next one, buy the next one. Very simple business. And then the second thing is you focus on the wrong numbers. Well, it costs this to do that. Who cares how much equity you have? Oh yeah, I got a ton of equity. Write the check, move on.
Right.
You don't make a decision. And then here's my biggest concern with people like that. You can't make a decision and stick with it. So you don't have any, I used to call it investor discipline, but people didn't understand that when I would say it. Like, make a decision, buy the property, stick with it, buy the next one. Don't stop playing with it. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, and I think what winds up happening is you have these conversations because real estate is such a vast topic, right? And we're doing our little niche, right? And then we think it's the right way to do it. But you'll be having conversations with folks who are of the mindset where I got to make $2,500 on this transaction.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are we talking about? He just made $40,000. Yeah. What are we talking about here? And so you got to start I don't want to say sophisticated, but it takes someone who understands, hey, that I need some wealth. I need to create it for my family. I want that million. I want that $2 million to be sitting there, and I want to throw off that cash, right? But if today you're only focused in on, hey, I got to pay another $600 for this or $800 for this, and that is your struggle, then you will always have problems, right? If the struggle is, well, it's only cash flowing $180 a month. I'm like, yeah, but there's $60,000 in equity in there. I know the rents are a little bit low, but they'll come up, and your equity will come up. Yeah, but it's only 180. Okay, don't do the deal, but I think that's really short-sighted. And just people are always looking for that unicorn. It's just like, it's ridiculous. Just go, like you said, get one, get the next one, get the next one, get the next one.
So let's do a little math here. Keith's unpaid principal balance is probably what, $200,000? Is that his loan?
No, it's gonna be less than that. But
no, what's his loan? What is the
180?
So that's with his 20K in, right? So it's 200. Let's call it $200,000. Sure. We would do a rate and term refi. Actually, do a cash out refi, 0.75. That means when that house is worth $266,000, which by the way could be next year,
12 to 18 months,
definitely in 18 to 24 months. He does a refi.
Yep.
Pulls his initial cash out. Yep. Don't pull any more cash out. Pull your initial cash out. You're going to be cash flowing probably more because rents are going to go up 3 to 5% over the next 2 years.
Yep.
And you're not going to have any money in the deal. Your interest rates are going to be lower.
TI will be lower.
So his cash flow is probably going to be the same, if not better.
That's right.
And he's going to have no money in the deal.
Right.
That is the game.
Right. So let's make this really clear, though. The only way that happened is he took action in 2023. He bought when everyone was telling him to run to the hills and not buy real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, my God. How many dumbasses were wrong this year? In fact, I was listening to Logan yesterday, taking a shower. Logan did a little podcast. Maybe it was Monday. And he said, I can already tell you the folks that are predicting 2024 are already wrong.
Yeah.
Like half of those forecasts that are coming out now, because the data that they're using is too seasoned. They're not looking at the forward-looking data. So he said half of the predictions I'm already seeing in 24 are wrong as of today. And it would be statistically impossible for those things to happen.
Yeah, he's talking about the NAR report that said it was basically going to stay flat. I'm like, you're crazy.
That has got to be I like NAR, and I like the chief economist over there, Doctor, I cannot remember his name, but when they come out with stuff like that, I'm like, guys, you don't make any sense.
No.
Like none of this makes any sense. So good luck if you listen to the quote experts, because they've been wrong every year now. In fact, Logan put it this way. He goes, the housing crash and the demographic credit bubble people have been wrong for 13 years in a row. And I was listening to Peter Schiff. Like, I love Peter Schiff. Listen to Peter Schiff the other day. Buy gold, right?
Move to Puerto Rico.
So I'm listening to Pete, and some of the stuff he's saying, I'm sitting there listening to it. And I'm like, Peter, the things you're saying are true, but your analysis is wrong because you have the same conclusion every time.
Right.
Economy's going to collapse. World's going to end. World's going to end. I'm like, it hasn't. Buy gold.
Buy gold.
I'm like, dude, if the world ends, you don't want to be in Puerto Rico, bro. Like, you do not want to be in PR. No, you want to be in Texas somewhere.
That's right.
So I don't get it. Like, and people keep listening to these folks, and I'm like, and I get it. You're brand new to the industry. You hear some of these folks, they have PhDs, they sound really smart people. But when you realize they've been wrong for 13 years straight, and I've been right 10 years straight, and you want to sit there and argue about interest rates going to 10%, I'm like, not going to happen, guys.
Right.
It's not. It's not. In fact, I'll go with Logan's model. If jobless claims, which is really the only thing we have to follow at this point, if we hit 323,000, that's when rates are going to drop like a stone.
Oh, I think we'll be in the 5s early first quarter.
Let me give you a better example of this. We have less than 600,000 homes available in the United States. We have 157 million people employed. 157 million, 600,000 homes.
That's what the inventory is at?
Yes.
That's crazy low.
It's insanely low. It's like 50% below.
Yeah, 1.2. Yeah, absolutely.
So here's what's even wilder. One of the things that I used to predict what was going to happen during COVID is I simply looked at, like, a lot of jobs got lost, right? Yeah. I think we got down to 120,000, 115,000. But how many homes were they chasing? 700,000, 900,000. I'm like, real estate ain't going anywhere. And everyone's running around. World's going to end. Real estate market's going to crash. Don't invest, don't invest, don't invest. And what happened? 50% appreciation in 2 years. I would hate to be that wrong. Like, it's not like you kind of missed it. You completely missed it. Like, it's not like 3 strikes, you're out. You weren't even in the right ballpark, in the right state to play the game. That's how wrong you were. Well, absolutely crazy.
I get it, but some people didn't want to go through 2023.
Fine, yeah.
No, they didn't want it. We did, right?
Yeah.
Board shrinks every week. It's shrinking. Looking good for us, right? They didn't want to go through 2023. They'd rather sit on the sidelines and just complain about things, and then, how bad people are who are doing this and that, right? But man, you cannot sit on the sidelines for 2024. You've got to get started. Got to come out to our 2-day. It's on Friday the 29th and Saturday the 30th of December 2023, right here in our building. Make sure you come on out. And for those of you that are looking to join the Mastermind, either at that event or before then, it's 50% off, right? For the lifetime membership cost, it's 50% off. You should absolutely ring us up today. Go to our website or text us at 281-401-9008. Text to 50. And we'll get back to you. 281-401-9008. Text 50 for 50% off the Mastermind cost. You put that in the scroll, right? Well, that's it, man.
Okay.
And we're going to have a great 2024.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm super excited about it. And we'll be out in LA in the end of January, so we'll be looking for you there. Next show we'll be all about West Coast investors. Thanks, guys.